started. They've been waiting patiently. They've been waiting patiently. And here they are. Women's technical SUP final off. Everyone is to their feet. Nice clean start.
Very strong start by all women here. As we see a few of them starting to break away out into that lead pack. I mean, some big names to look out for in this race. Esperanza Perez from Spain, Mari Carmen Rivera from Puerto Rico, Melanie Lafreniere from France, Duna Gordillo as well from Spain, Rika Kawaki, Alma Caleta. I mean, the names just go on. The list goes on and on and on. The women are going to be battling it out for the gold medal today here in the technical race.
And we've got about four paddlers out in front right now. Our hole shot paddler, she's got a little bit of space to her left for giving herself room for possibly a clean turn. She's got somebody on her tail.
Yeah, Melanie Lafreniere there, I think, moving into just behind her on that 425 board. It looks like we've got Duna on the left of her as well. So everyone's starting to converge now, getting really tight. I think there's going to be some contact there at the start. There is some people unable to put the paddle in the water. So these women here getting very close to coming to the first buoy turn. As we see, we'll get a good glimpse of our leaders here.
And that's our Brazilian paddler, Jessica Matos. First to the buoy. She had a great heat yesterday. We have a couple paddlers getting hung up on each other, and she's got a little bit of a separation from her and the rest of the pack, so really great start for her. One of the newer names I've been seeing in these ISA competitions, so she's got a nice smooth stroke. Got maybe a board length, half a board length. This is a good perspective. You can see Duna working hard on the NSP, Esperanza right behind her.
That looks like,
and just to the left of her,
Guimard from France next to her. So they are top 4 in the medalist positions at the moment.
You got Soren Preston battling for 5th and 6th position, and Marie Carmen right coming up. She got maybe stuck a little bit on the start. She was on the outside of that first turn. So we'll see how things shake out on this second turn. But our Brazilian paddler really putting in a lot of work off the start. Duna right on her draft. Esperanza. Marie Carmen there. Got Melanie, Soren, Seychelles. Here we go, coming into this second turn.
I mean, you've got the top women athletes in the world competing here in this tech race. They're all very close together.
You can see them all taking their breaths while they get this go for this turn. Esperanza just getting a little bit stuck there. Sometimes if you come too close to the buoy on that turn, you can get pinched by everybody else. There we go. We've got lots of board. Ooh, we got a board in between the legs there. And we got a, wow, what a great shot. You can really see how shallow the water is. Very clear. Beautiful shot here.
That's a fantastic drone angle.
A little bit of a separation from that front big pack. It's Seychelles from the United States. And we got
Rika Kawaki there.
Yeah.
Next to Soren Preston.
Right in front of her is Marie Carmen.
Melanie Lafreniere as well in that pack as they're all going into this buoy turn together, Candace. Very close, congested.
Ooh, we got a little nice recovery there from Jessica.
As we just making sure everyone is still on their boards after that buoy turn. So a little bit of a mix-up there from a lot of the competitors, especially from Espre. Some great footage being brought to you from the ISA team as we see, looks like Duna now getting out in front.
Yeah, Duna's really pushing hard. That was an interesting last turn because it did look like maybe Duna's board got a little bit stuck on the top of Jessica's tail, and it caused her to have a few bobbles back. So that's going to be an interesting, interesting call. Let's see. So Duna got a nice glide there. She does have a few board lengths, so she's going to be pushing really hard to continue to try to break away from this pack. Let's see if she's going to be able to hold it. That's a long race to keep that hungry pack off, so we'll see what happens here.
A little bit of congestion there. Lara Nitti on that infinity board, holding up the pack a little bit at the back there.
Looks like Esperanza maybe there, working her way to try to chase Duna down. She's getting a nice wide grip on her stroke. She's got a lot of power. She knows how to put the power down, make her board glide. Marie Carmen coming up right there in third position behind Esperanza. And Melanie working her way up in the pack. So these girls are staying patient. They know anything can happen in a technical race. And this next backstretch, this long stretch, is going to be interesting to see what happens. I bet Duna is going to try her best to do a really quick turn, take some really hard strokes to get out in front and stay out in front. Let's see what happens here.
Yeah, she's quick back on the board there, up into the middle there to get nice strong paddles in.
Getting just a little bit hung up there on the turn. I bet Marie Carmen's going to really put in the afterburners here a little bit too.
Soren Preston doing really well in this race.
She just came off of the juniors race, bronze medal. Here we go. We got Marie Carmen pushing it, pushing hard. Esperanza, they're going to work really hard to try to reel Duna in and not let her run away with this too soon.
Two Spanish competitors out in front at the moment in the gold and silver medal positions. Duna and Espe always going tit for tat in these races, swapping gold and silver medals in the previous couple of years. Mara Carmen is really going to chase them down, as is Anai from France, just behind them in fourth place.
And you can see this gap is getting a little bit closer, so I have a feeling maybe after this next turn, we'll see if they're able to connect back with Duna here. She knows that she's being chased, but she, for as young as she is, she has a lot of experience in racing.
Look at the conditions out there, Candice. Just pure glass on the water.
Like butter.
Certainly is, making it quite easy for these competitors.
And Anai doing a really good job catching up. Melanie coming around, Soren coming around. So these packs are starting to slowly meet back up.
Looks like Seychelles and Rika Okuaki from Japan there, just behind them. Jessica now really falling off the pace she was leading this race.
She put in a lot of work. But like we've seen in every other heat, the paddler out in front has not been the winner at the end of the race. So it's interesting. Spend a lot of energy to get to that first buoy. In technical racing, it's really important that you keep your cool throughout every single turn. You don't want to let up. You don't want to give up. Like Rai Taguchi said, never give up. And he's doing every other race we have this week. So you can never count him out, whatever position he's in. Duna getting some really good strokes after that turn. She still has a nice board length ahead. Looks like Marie Carmen is challenging Esperanza, coming up to the side of her.
Yeah, trying to get in front into, trying a bit more priority position going into this next buoy turn. Duna here, nice controlled turn. That was a fantastic buoy turn from Duna.
Yeah, these three gals actually they've all trained together. They've raced together all summer, so they know what each other's capable of. They have tremendous amount of respect for each other. We have Anai coming around in fourth position. Melanie, her teammate.
So Seychelles done a bit of work.
Yeah, Seychelles been working her way up. Seychelles and Soren, followed by Rika.
That's right. So as we said, Jessica's fallen off the pace a bit more.
Smooth turns there from Espe.
Carmen, a little bit of a bobble there.
Slight bobble. She took the paddle way past the tail of the board. So sometimes when you do that, you put yourself in a position that's a little bit dangerous. Really smooth turns from Melanie. Nice work from Seychelles. And then we got two paddlers here, side by side, Soren and Rika. Sometimes it's hard to be the inside paddler, and when you have to do a pivot turn like that, you can't get your paddle in the water. And you can see Soren had to reach to the other side of Rika's board in order to take a stroke. Here we go. And Duna, she is showing some great skills on her turns, being ambidextrous on her turns. So she's pivot turning everything, which is takes a lot of practice to be able to do that. She still has that board length. So we'll see what happens as they come in for this flag run.
So your top three women competitors there coming in for that flag run, as you mentioned, Candice. Anai in that fourth position there. Looks like she's got a little bit of work to do to catch up to this lead pack. But Duna's going to want to get a quick start around this flag run, as they're on their second lap at the moment. 3 laps of this 3-kilometer course, coming in for the beach flag run.
This is where you want to get a really, really good skim here for the re-entry. See if you can get a board length or two. You can see Duna, she's working hard. Espe's gonna work hard. She doesn't want to let her get away. This is a great drone shot here. Marie-Carmen working really hard to make sure these two do not pull away, and I think she's going to be able to get back on this draft here. And this is where you settle in. If you're in the second or third position, you're going to settle in right here for a second. You're going to catch your breath and then really try to push on that outside leg. Here we go. We got... There's Jessica from Brazil coming around. She had a great start. Was leading the pack for the first lap. Yeah, you can see some chop that they're working through from the paddlers coming from the other direction.
Yeah, a lot of movement on the water there. A lot of wake being created from all of these boards out there at the moment.
When you have a tight turn, and even if you're out in front, you have a tight turn, when you come around that buoy, you have your own wake to deal with from when you went into the buoy. So those are things that are important to anticipate.
Yeah, you can see the wake there. Definitely coming into play, especially for Espe and Marie-Carmen from other competitors. They do well there. This is where, Candice, you see the competitors start to break away a little bit.
Yeah, we have a little bit more of a separation from the top pack now. Got about 6-7 board lengths. Anai from France is working hard to try to catch up with that pack. And Duna, she is not letting off the gas. She does know how to paddle and be chased. You know, sometimes can be scary to be out in front. You don't know how hard do I push? Do I take any off because I know that they're drafting me? But it looks like she wants to keep this front position going into every turn. You can see that Espe is taking some little bit shorter strokes than how she usually paddles, so she's doing enough to stay in the draft. Marie-Carmen's rate is a little bit slower.
As we see
Esperanza in second place. And she is a multiple-time gold medalist. I know that she's eyeing gold in this.
Yeah,
her and Duna go head-to-head a lot.
Yeah, that's right. Espe took the win last year. Duna the win the year before that. So these two.
I notice on the turns, Espe's turns, she's not going super far back on the tail, but she's really utilizing her paddle to manipulate the water to get the board to turn. And that allows her to not have to run too far back up the board. Each time Marie-Carmen is turning, she's going really far back on the tail, so she has another step or two that she needs to take. And her board is coming, the nose comes up a little bit more, so it slows the board down even more. So she's able to do a sharper turn off the tail, but she has to run back up and get her board speed back up. So different techniques from each of these paddlers, but I've noticed each time Marie-Carmen has to really get in some hard strokes to catch back up to Espe.
Yeah, we'll see it closely here as well on this next buoy turn as well. So Duna coming around, again switching the feet. Amazing how she can do that.
Pivot turn, quick run up. Esperanza using a little bit of a sweep stroke to come back up and run up the board.
So it looks like Soren Preston maybe falling off the pace a little bit. We see Anai there from France going around, Melanie Lafrenette from France, and we've got Rika Okawaki and Seychelles. As we take a look at your current leaders in the women's SUP technical race final.
So far, a clean run from these top three. It looks like Espe did get around that buoy a little bit quicker, but Duna is maybe giving herself a little bit of separation. It's hard to see here. You know, she knows what those women are capable of behind her. So she does have a little bit, maybe half of a board length. Tiny little bobble there from Espe, but recovering quickly.
They're going to start lap 3, the final lap of this race. Top 3 really breaking away from the 4th place competitor, Anai Guilmarche from France. This is a fantastic drone shot. As you see Duna, Espe, and also Marie-Carmen Rivera from Puerto Rico in that 3rd spot now. Turn around this buoy, head back in toward the beach. Duna, very controlled turn. Espe there doing that crossbow turn to get around that buoy turn. As we see Marie-Carmen there having to step on the gas to keep up with Espe. Espe is now falling off the pace a little bit from Duna.
Yeah, this is an opportunity for Duna to try to break away, but Espe is really strong, and she's been on the draft for a good portion of this race, so she does probably have a little bit of energy. She also has the confidence from all of her gold medals that she holds, and she knows that she's the veteran. So, and Duna knows it too, so you can see her stroke. She's really hungry, choking down on her paddle a little bit there. I like how she puts her hands down on the rail. Rather than just hopping off the board, she puts her hands down on the rail and then hops out of the board. With her hands already on the rail, she's able to pick the board up, carry it around, and get back on the water quickly. Really great technique from these ladies, managing their equipment. How you manage your equipment, entering the water, exiting the water is really important. It can cost you a race. Got Melanie going around here. Nice skim, back up to her feet. She's using a flatter deck board.
Kawaki in 6th place at the moment. Seychelles from the USA in 7th spot. Got a bit of work to do to catch up to the medal positions.
And they're going into their 3rd lap here. Espe and Marie-Carmen, they're all really just really tight here. And you know that if I were Duna, I would be doing my very best to try to focus on what I have in front of me, which is no one, and not focus on what's behind me. But you know that she's thinking, okay, what's going to happen? Are they going to make a move? Are they going to try to go around me? She knows this backstretch right here. This is their best chance and their best opportunity to really try to push to change the lead position right here. So if anything's going to happen, I think it needs to happen now. But Duna is really pushing hard out of that turn. She's making these ladies work every single time. And so far, no position changes. We've got 1, 2, 3 more turns until we're crowning a champion.
Right. Yeah, crowning the gold medalist here. You can check out the live tracking, isasurf.org. You're going to see exactly where the competitors are on this race course. This is the final event of the day, the women's SUP technical race. Duna Gordillo currently out in front. Espe Baradas right behind her. The 2 Spanish competitors battling it out for gold and silver. But Marie-Carmen from Puerto Rico in bronze medal position at the moment.
Duna knows that if she can make it around the next 2 buoys in the front position, that's the best. Then getting out of that last turn, it's yours. If you're going in the last turn in the lead, as long as you keep it clean, it's yours. So we're going to see what happens here. Exciting race. No surprise to see these 3 women out in front of the rest of the pack. They've been racing hard all summer long, racing each other in Europe, training hard, very disciplined. I follow them on social media. I see the way that they train, and it's very inspiring.
It's interesting to see they're not taking their separate lines. They're all staying just behind Duna there, conserving their energy, maybe trying to make a move toward the last 2 buoy turns before the sprint toward the beach.
I'm sure Duna's thinking, okay, I got to just get around this buoy clean and it's mine. Get around this buoy clean and it's mine. Let's see what happens here.
Must be a bit of pressure coming into these buoy turns.
Yeah. Here we go. 1 more turn into the finish.
We know that
Duna's
Espe
really upping the rate here.
Espe has to do a crossbow turn for this final one, where Duna has that ability to have that backside turn going into it. So
see what happens. Ponytails are flying. Duna's really, really working hard here. So is Marie-Carmen. Espe looks pretty poised in that drafting position.
Duna Gordillo there, putting in strong paddles to make it toward the finish line here for the women's SUP technical race. She's currently in that gold medal position. Her teammate behind her, Espe, in silver. But it looks like Duna Gordillo from Spain is going to take the win here, Candice.
Yeah, exciting day for her. And for the team implications, a gold and a silver for Team Spain. Incredible. These 2 go back and forth all the time. And in bronze, Marie-Carmen. Great performances from these ladies. Well done, Duna. Congratulations. And we have coming in right here for the copper medal, our paddler from France, 4th and 5th place. Teammates from France. Here we go. We have Anai raising the flag. Her teammate Melanie coming across in 5th position. So this is great for points for France, taking a 4th and a 5th. You have Rika from Japan coming across in 6th place. Seychelles from the United States. I'm sure she's really happy with her 7th place. She's been coming back. She's a mom, representing for the moms out there. Well done. Soren, Preston, our bronze medalist in the women in the junior girls race, coming across in 8th. And we have a battle, it looks like, for 9th place coming across there. Well done, Soren. We've got Italy coming across for 9th place.
Lisa and Alma there. Argentina. Also got Japan coming across the line. Jessica there, who started off really strong in this race, taking 12th position with her teammate Lena there, Ribeiro in 13th.
And I wonder if we're going to see Jessica in the sprint races, because you have some of these athletes that are specialists. So you'll see them get to that first buoy really quickly, because maybe sprinting is their discipline. And here we have Germany coming across. Tanya.
Great distance paddler Tanya Ecker is. As we see Lara Nitti from Italy crossing the line in 16th place.